So if you don't know, Lil Wayne is going to be joining Undisputed with Skip Bayless for once a week for like a 12 to 15 minute segment, one segment. So he's not replacing Shannon Sharpe or nothing. But either way, Mace is not feeling it. So we're going to get to what they both had to say about this.
By the way, bigger picture, Wayne has agreed every Friday going forward to doing a segment with me live. He might not always be in studio depending on his schedule, but he's going to join me every Friday for a segment, I don't know, 12, 15 minutes. If he's hot, if he's rolling, maybe we'll keep him a couple segments if he has the time. That you can look forward to. He is so deep when it comes to sports.
Marcellus Wiley made a good point about how Skip kind of like slickly has to remind you that it's his show. He like, yo, if he's hot, then maybe we'll keep him a couple more segments. Listen, you are lucky to have him there at all. Once a week. It doesn't matter if he's hot or not. If he could be there every day, Skip Bayless would definitely welcome that. So don't try to make it like, oh, if he's hot, maybe we'll keep him. Then he like, if he has the time. Skip be slick with them words, But let's get into what Mace had to say about it.
Skip shared that Lil Wayne and Young Money will be more involved in Undisputed than ever. Why do you even think that was said? And what do you think is going on?
Skip Bayless, you're wilding out. Skip Bayless. I'm going to tell you what that sounds like. When I hear Skip Bayless is going to give a bigger pause. We pause. Yeah. Skip Bayless giving a bigger part to Lil Wayne and Young Money sounds like O.J. Simpson. It sounds like Miami Vice. I wrote it down. Michael Strahan, Sammy Davis Jr. Just the list goes on. A token black people.
I was like Michael Strahan on the. Nah, Mike, we fuck with Mike.
Camera, like, why you gotta throw Mike in there? It's my man.
I do too, but it's like when you're doing something super mainstream and you're like, we gonna bring a in. Yeah. Even when he brought Shannon Sharpe up there, Shannon Sharpe is an amazing analyst, as well as Stephen A. But he always try to get somebody he think to bring the culture to him, where he can pay them less and benefit off the culture. It's an old tactic. I don't think anybody should go in there. I want to see him do it with Todd McShay. When he picked what's her name, Ashley Brewer. I'm not for it. I'm not for it. But I know you know Lil Wayne.
No, listen. I was just waiting for you to finish. Listen.
I'm totally not for it.
I'm 100%.
I don't think anybody that got any kind of culture should go up there with Skip. He's not gonna pay them. He's number one. He's not gonna pay them, and he's gonna be a token black guy where he can make some cash.
Yeah, so I'm gonna have to agree with Mace on this. We all know Skip Bayless cannot hold the show by himself. Research and all of that stats, he does that very well. But holding the show and being entertaining like Shannon Sharpe was, no chance. And so he needs that counterpart to make the show entertaining. Matter of fact, he needs that black counterpart to make the show entertaining. And the reason I would classify him now as a culture vulture is because of the way that he disrespected Shannon. He needs a counterpart that he can sun when he gets ready to in certain arguments. You know what I'm saying? And we've seen that with Shannon Sharpe. And fortunately for Shannon, Skip won the battle, but he didn't win the war. Right? Because now the war is over and Skip is looking pretty stupid right now. Grasping for straws. And we'll have to see who the counterpart is going to be for him on a daily basis. But he grasping for air right now. And he got a breath with Lil Wayne coming in once a week. But listen, this is what shows you that he needs a black person to bring the culture to the show, to bring them black viewers to the show, or just to bring entertainment, period, to the show. Because Skip is dry as a bread sandwich. You understand what I'm saying? If you ever tried to watch his podcast, I dare not watch his podcast to get this little clip of information of him talking about Lil Wayne. I dare not. Skip is as dry as a bread sandwich with 3 pieces of bread that's been left out, getting kind of crusty, and it's like the 3-seed bread, all of the multi-grain, all of that. That's Skip. Nothing on nothing on nothing. Ain't nothing in the sandwich, and no meat, lettuce, tomato, nothing. Ain't no mayo, mustard. So he needs that counterpart to be entertaining. And like I said, I wouldn't have said that he was a culture vulture before, back when Stephen A. Smith, because I've never seen him get as disrespectful with Stephen A. Smith. I didn't watch a lot, but I didn't see those moments. So it was kudos to me for Shannon Sharpe taking the opportunity at that time. And it was a good look for Skip to give Shannon a chance at the time, because no one else was fighting for Shannon to show that he was this good. But yeah, like, after watching a lot of the back and forth that him and Shannon Sharpe have, you see how disrespectful he got. And double down and triple down and will not apologize. And you know what I'm saying? That old stubborn white man come out of him. And like I say, it is what it is, because Shannon won the war. Skip won the battle. If we would have been cheering for Shannon to win the battle and come across that table like we would have liked him to, would have been having a different conversation right now. But since Shannon somewhat held, it got there, but he held his composure not enough to not want to wring Skip's neck, and took his talents to South Beach, as they say. You know what I'm saying? So now that he strategically moved out of that situation, now the bag is bigger. He's getting recognized as one of the whales in this sports analyst game, because it's bidding going on for him. People know how talented. You can clearly see how talented he is, and that he brings the culture, black folk, with him when he comes to whatever platform he comes to, which is what Skip is vying to get right now as he's grasping for air in Lil Wayne. He wants Lil Wayne to bring that same black culture to the show. And I'll give him this. You got one breath in Lil Wayne, tuning in. I probably will watch a couple segments of that just to see if Weezy has any good analytics in him. You know what I'm saying? But you have to wonder who's going to be the counterpart on that show every day. Who's going to sit across? Is it going to be a rotation? Is it going to be what? Is it going to be this? Who's it going to be? Because, like I say, Skip is a bread sandwich. So you have to have somebody entertaining. But then you would hope, as Mace says, that it wouldn't be one of us running over there with our following, with our status, running over there to save Skip and his show after watching the debacle of disrespect that he then gave Shannon Sharpe. You understand? Because for one, you're setting yourself up to go through the same thing that Shannon went through. Because if you sit across that panel with him every day, it's going to happen. It's going to happen. That old white stubbornness is going to happen at some point. Right? And then you're going to be reevaluating your check to see if you was getting paid enough for this to not wring his neck. You know what I'm saying? Right? And you probably won't be. Because in the fashion of Vlad and people who are culture vultures like that, that's the formula. They don't pay the help well. And I don't say the help to be disrespectful. Because like I said, like Shannon say, he very grateful that Skip gave him the chance. But sometimes, Shannon took the chance and did the most with it. Stephen A. Smith did the same thing, did the most with it. Made a beautiful thing out of it. But after seeing how Shannon Sharpe's situation played out and the times he was tested and this, that, and another, you have to kind of wonder, why would people continue to go? Like people continue to go up to Vlad. Because people are looking for that springboard. And that's probably the only reason that people would continue to go up there. You know what I'm saying? Of course, you would expect somebody like Lil Wayne, because he don't believe in racism anyway, so I'm sure that him and Skip would probably, not saying that the whole situation between him and Shannon was fully race-based, but you can see race peek its ugly head at certain points. But Lil Wayne doesn't believe race exists in the regular world, period. So you expect him not to see stuff like that. But like you say, you watch people on Vlad keep going up there after he disrespected the minister and after he disrespects black folk every day by starting these beefs and keep, you know what I'm saying, profiting off of the death of black folk because he's very bland. He doesn't have talent. But you see him do this, and yet people continue to go up there. Boosie and D.L. Hughley and, you know, Faison. They keep going up there amongst all these other smaller rappers and entertainers that go up there to springboard for a couple dollars or however much he pays you to go on there. If you're one of the select few that he pays, because most of you little fellas don't get nothing. But hey, do what you do. I can't tell you what to do with your life, but I can tell you what I see, and I'm glad that Shannon won the war and not that battle. And now we're seeing him reap the results of this. And I can't wait to see what Shannon's going to do next. You know what I'm saying? But this your boy P Camp. What you think about Mace and his words for Skip Bayless and Lil Wayne? Let me know. Put just something in the comments for your boy.